Okay, we are live. Welcome everybody to the Northwest Guns. This is my first live stream and my first video premiere tonight. Thank you for everybody who's joining. Tonight's live stream, we are going to be talking about reloading. If you guys watched my video that just premiered, thank you. I appreciate it. The video I worked on a little while ago, I've been waiting to get it going, and it's been a long time in the workings and in the makings for that video. So, tonight I want to go over the live stream. I want to go over some like dyes, some powders, show you guys some products, some upcoming products we have for the channel, and I also want to do show you guys some finished cartridges that I've been working on lately. So, and I want to say thank you to everybody for coming on and watching the video again. So, here. Normally, you guys see me on a lot of live chats with Slav Guns. He might be coming on later, maybe a couple other guests at the same time. So, this is going to be a new platform. We're going to be doing different topics, probably on a weekly basis, maybe bi-weekly basis, depending on how my schedule is. I really want to do this reloading video because reloading is one of my passions. I enjoy doing it, and it's the only way I really get to shoot the big bore calipers affordably. So I see we have a couple people on. Welcome, Drew. Welcome, Card Shark. And I just want to say, okay, Drew's first question, were those 270s? No, actually, those were 300 PRC. Those were a 225 ELD match. And here I have oops, sorry if I can get this better on screen. That's a 230 A-tip, 300 PRC. This is what I use for long-range competitions. And the ELD match has a red head. Some people don't know that, so that's why I'm putting it up on the screen. So, and Card Shark can't just hammer a bullet into the brass without throwing it down range, right? I like interacting with my viewers, everybody. So comment on the video, come here, comment on. I'd really enjoy it. So we'll see how long this live stream is going to last tonight. I'm looking forward to doing it, and I want to say thank you for everybody for joining. So first up, I had one of the questions in the live chat on the video asked, why was I only using a single stage press? That's all I have. I have two single stage presses now. I have a Hornady, not Hornaday, Hornady, lock and load single stage, and I have a Mcmillan single stage. Both presses have their pluses and minuses to them. The Mcmillan is an open face, where the Hornady is a O-frame. So, but we are going to be coming. I am going to be bringing up the presses. So let me bring this up to you guys. We'll go up on Mec's website, and I'll show you guys the presses that I use and some of the equipment that I use too. So we're going to click over here and add this to stream. So this is the press that I use for all my big bore calipers, like my 300 PRC, 338 Lapua. I'll be using this for 37 XC project. And that's about the max range you can go, is about that 37 XC. You can't do 408 Shytech or anything like that. That requires like a 50 cal press or bigger. Well, 50 cal press is the biggest one. So what I really like about this press is the free floating head system, and it's easy to use, easy to set up. A lot of great accessories that Mec offers for it. Retail price is a little pricey on them. I mean, you're looking about, let's say about 180 to 250. So, and the other press I have is, I'll show you. If you guys didn't watch the video, I'll bring it up. Okay, we'll go here to images. So, is the Hornet D lock and loaded single stage classic. This is a great press for starters. This is what I originally started out with until last summer. I got the Marksman. This press is great. You can load up to 338 Lapua on them. I did for the longest time, and it's more of a pain, especially with the sleeve design on the Hornady die. So I found the mech to be a lot better for getting into your bigger cartridges, like your 300 Win Mag, 300 PRC, and up. So I really enjoy that one. Okay, Ryan, you bought the Forcer Coax for my big guns. No regrets. Buy once, cry once. No, the Forcer Coax is a great press. I have nothing bad to say about the Forcer Coax. I couldn't find one in my area. So unfortunately, I'm really limited out here in Montana to stores that sell presses. So for me, it's either this or nothing. So, and Drew, you have a mech for shotgun loading. Okay, I just got a mech shotgun press. It's an older style press. It's a hydraulic press, but I am converting it to a hand progressive. So that's going to be a future project we're bringing up here on the channel. So look forward to that. If you guys like, I'll post pictures up in the community board so we can start getting that project rolling. And Drew, you also run a progressive press for your pistol calipers and single stage for your PRS stuff. If I had a progressive press, I'd be running it for my pistol calipers, my 223s, and stuff like that. I've heard a lot of people getting really good results on a progressive press on the 6.5 Creedmoor and the 6 Creedmoor, surprisingly enough. So something I want to explore and try down the road once I get a progressive press. So if I got a progressive press, I'm either looking at the Hornady or a Dillon. I'm really leaning more towards a Dillon just because they've been doing presses for about 40, 50 years or more. So that, and I like having the different colors and designations and stuff like that. So, but the only downfall with the Dillon is the simple fact of the matter, everything is proprietary for it. It's either Dillon or nothing. So that would be cool to see one of those inline or linear presses. Actually, I had a chance to get a linear press sent in from Italy if I wanted to buy it, and I might still do it. In that press, you could actually load everything from 223 all the way up to 50 cal, believe it or not, because it had a conversion system on the top of it, and you could take it from a standard die to the 50 cal dies. So something to look into if you're just going to be reloading rifle cartridges and stuff like that. So, what circuit are you running this year? Well, that's a good question. Drew, put it in the comments if you'd like to tell us what circuit you're running. NRL, PRS, or PRS style matches. Personally, I'm running a lot of local stuff this year. I'm not going to be traveling, but I might actually be doing a sanctioned NRL match out in September. And if everything works out, I'm either going to go watch or actually try for the King of 2 Mile this year, myself and Slab together. So the big projects that we're working on, the 37XCs. Behind me, I actually have my PRS rifle here. That's my 6GT. I absolutely love this gun. It is a tack driver. I just installed a new Elfman's tactical trigger on it about an hour ago before the stream. So you guys will be seeing reviews on the Elfman's tactical trigger, the Timney hit trigger, the 2-stage diamond tack, and I also have a single stage diamond tech. They always say for women, diamonds are forever. Well, guys, it's true for us too. So I want to say big shout out to Timney and Trigger Tech for sending out triggers, and Elfman to the channel for review and testing and for projects like we have behind us. So, Drew, you plan on only running 2 to 3 gun comps just to try my hand at it, but my ideal is PRS. Doesn't matter whatever one you're doing, bud. Just get out there and do it. Have fun, enjoy it. I would do 3 gun if I actually had a like a 5.56 setup or a shotgun. Unfortunately, I don't, but I am set up to run a 2-man team for bolt action and semi-auto sniper systems. So something that me and my friend might do this year, or me and my son. Haven't decided yet, but we'll figure it out. Here is a PRS schedule for you guys. Oh, well, thanks, Ryan. Appreciate it. So, any questions on the video? Any questions you guys have for me? I mean, we don't have to just talk about reloading. If you guys want to get into precision rifle talk, we can get into that. If you guys want me to get in depth in some projects and stuff, and what you guys will see from my live streams are each week I will have a different rifle behind me, different rifle projects or product or something behind me, because I want to showcase the product so people can see it. So I will be running for points on PRS, but maybe a few years I will. But for now, I just need to hit the targets. Drew, I'm there with you on that one. I'm not all about doing it for points. I went to a match last year out in North Dakota and totally screwed myself. I was told it was supposed to be an ELR style match, maybe one PRS stage, and I brought out my 300 PRC. Well, the big guy with the big caliper, guess what? I didn't do too well. But something, I wasn't there to really sit there and stage and for points and stuff like that. I just wanted to go and have fun. It was just something with being quarantined for so long. I just had to get out and go do something. PRS and reloading go hand in hand. You're absolutely right. If it wasn't for precision reloading or match grade bullets, you're absolutely right. So let me show you guys the caliper I shoot. Oh, actually, I don't have one, but I have the brass for it. I thought I had one out here. That's a 6GT. It is a shortened and neck down 6.5 by 47 Lapua. So this case was actually developed by George Gardner and one of his friends over at GA Precision. It's a little tack driver is what it is. It's at 25 and 50 yards. We're putting bullets on top of bullets. I mean, I'm literally shooting 0.1 MOA at 50 and 25, even at 75. I'm 0.1, 0.2. It's a tack driver. Honestly, I think it's a better version than the Dasher, in my opinion. That's why I'm not shooting Dasher. I'm not a fan of it. I'm not a fan of having to modify my magazines. I just want the bullets to go in the chamber, and I want to rock and roll. So, and my son's first rifle, which I got him, which we're still actually working on it. I might get a better barrel for it, but unfortunately the caliper is dying, and it's sad because Federal really put a lot of hype on it, which was the 224 Valkyrie. I really enjoyed this one. I don't know. I might switch him over to a 22 GT, but we'll see what happens with that. So let's see. I'm not good either, but I like to have fun, and that's why I'm looking at these matches. Ryan, right on, man. I'm there with you on that one. I like to have fun. If you guys go on my channel and look at the video, taking the Savage 112 target magnum to 1,000, that was just one day I was bored. I needed to get out of the house. We threw a target on the back of my buddy's Jeep, loaded up 15 rounds of Lapua, and just went up into the hills and shot 1,000. It was just at one of those times you just have to do it. No matter what the cost is, you just got to go have fun. Sorry. At Ryan, the boss man's why we're approving in the chat is on Sniper Hide, and we'll see it. If you guys want to put links from Sniper Hide on there, go ahead. I'm actually on Sniper Hide now under Northwest Guns. If you guys want to chat with me anytime over there, ask me questions, do guys shoot me over a thing. I would appreciate it. And is it Warhorse Development? Actually, what's funny, you mentioned the Warhorse Development is Warhorse Development is right up probably about 2.5 hours, maybe likely 3 hours away from my house. So I actually might be shooting at one of the Warhorse Development matches. I actually was talking to the guy who was setting it up a few weeks back. So I look forward if anybody's going to be out there. Come over, say hi, shoot shit. We'll go do some shooting. I mean, I'm always down for that. Absolutely, Drew. Right on. Okay, guys, let me bring you back over here to me. Okay, so like I said before, behind me I have my 6GT. This is set up with the Right-On X5 Conqueror 5-25x50 with the Right-On by Cortesa tactical rings. I have a Warren data card holder, Magpul bipod on it with an Arca Swiss system. If you guys go on my Instagram, you guys see pictures of it. I've actually got a custom-made red buffer tube for it, and I'm running a 6er brake. So, unfortunately, with all the daylight, it's hard to see. I figured it would be better, but my bad. Yeah, unfortunately, some of them are in my area, and there actually is a couple of them that aren't. One of the matches this year that they're actually brought into the Warhorse Development is the Badlands Steel Challenge out in Williston, North Dakota. And it is a great match. You guys can go check my video out. I did a video with them. The owner that put it on was a great guy. Great time. We met so many great people out there. Professional shooters, beginners. I mean, it was a blast. I can't say much more about it. Premieres on a live primers on a press. Any techniques? Actually, I used to prime off of the press. I got away from that. I much prefer using my RCB auto loading primer system that you guys saw in the video. I find it to be a lot easier. I'm not much of a hand primer guy either, so I'm not really there with you guys on that one. I mean, with some people on that one. But I do have a hand priming system as a backup. I do find the RCBS one is probably one of the best ones I have used. Now, there is precision ones out there. If you want to go upwards of $500-$600, I just can't afford that. That one works just as good for me as any other one. And with my load numbers and my SDs and my ESs that I did for my load development with my 300 PRC, it says for it all. So I can't complain. No, to knock them out, not to insert them. Okay. Gotcha. Okay, you handy prime. Okay. I haven't actually tried that yet. I actually just picked up a lead depriming die, which was shocking. I found one on the shelf, actually. So it was nice to see that my product's actually coming back. So I'm looking forward to it when it all does come back. So let's get into some stuff. Let's get into some dies. Okay. So you guys all know I am a big 338 Lapua fan. So my choice of dies, I normally use 9 times out of 10. I don't go for the match grade Hornady dies. I don't like messing with the bushing system unless I have to. So 9 times out of 10, I'm rolling with the custom grade die sets. Just the fact is they're already preset and everything else, and they just work out better for me. So, and I really like Hornady dies. I know a lot of people don't, and I have RCBS also, because RCBS is the only one that I know of that does short base dies. Especially those are great for like your AR platforms, some of the older rifles that have a tighter chambering. If you can't find match dies, actually short base dies work really well for that too. So, and the one thing I really like about Hornady dies is that sleeve, because that guides it up to where you can bring it up to the stem to seat it. So I've had some really bad luck with RCBS dies. Particularly in general, the 223 short base dies. They just, I don't know if it's me or if it's the dies or what. I just don't like them that much. So, but yeah, RCBS is a little bit different system when it comes to their stuff. So I like them. The only RCBS dies I'll buy are the short base, and that's it. They don't have the sleeve like the Hornady does. They're pretty basic dies. I know RCBS also does neck sizing dies and all that type of stuff too. So, but yep. If I can't get Hornady dies, then I'll go to RCBS. I don't have any Redding dies or anything like that. I do have a video coming up on the Franklin Arsenal universal seating die system that they designed. That goes everything from 22 all the way up to 338. I've used it for 6.5 Creedmoor already. 308. Wow. I mean, the system is great. So I know $100 is a lot to chew off for your average blue collar worker, but it's worth it in my book. Although I've been loading pistol for years, I'm new to larger calibers, but I can't find a difference from match grade to cheap dies. You know, I'm the same way. That's why I use the custom grade. I don't want to play around with the bushings. I don't like the systems. I don't like the way they're set up. It's just more pieces and more stuff you have to worry about. And I just got into micrometer systems that go on top of your dies and everything. So I'm kind of new to that too. But you know, I especially with S6GT, it loads them all the time, right on. I can't complain. You're smart enough to see the difference in the quality dies. Yeah, I'm right there with you on that one. Honestly, Hornady makes all their dies with the same metal, so other than the bushing system, if you really need to tighten up your neck on your brass that much, then I mean, I don't know. I'm kind of with you on that one, Drew. You know, the only carbide dies I have any experience with is pistol calipers. So for rifle calipers, I haven't tried any, but I know there are some out there. I'm just not into spending $200-$300 for common caliper dies. Now, if it's a set of dies like a 338 Ackley Improved or the 37 GT, because you can't buy those on the shelf, and that's a different story. That is something that I know I have to take and chew. So, but you know, it's all good. So, but I mean, it is what it is. But it's just the way the market is right now. Dies are more expensive than what I've ever seen. I know I picked my Lapuas up for like $55. I just saw a set of 6 GTs that were, I think they were like $65. So it's just depending on how much you really want to get into it and what caliper you really want to shoot. Now, put in the comments below, tell me what projectiles you guys like using, Barnes, Hornady, Spear, Nozzler, if you guys are Nozzler people. Put it in the comments below. I'd like to see who's using what. I'm actually kind of, because I just started using Barnes and Burger this year. So I'm actually having really good luck with the Burger 105s, VLDs. So they're shooting lights out with my 6GT. So no complaints there. What I'd like soon is those. And yeah, it could be fun. I don't see why it wouldn't. I mean, so go for it, bud. Try it out. I mean, give it a shot. Give it a try. I mean, if it wasn't for my brother-in-law, I would have never found my passion for the 338 Lapua. I fired it once and absolutely fell in love with it. Pistol 389, 10, 40, 45. See, I used to be the type of person that would say, oh, 380 is not worth reloading because I just don't shoot it enough. But now you can't even find 380 ammo on the shelf. So, oh, looks like we're going to have a guest tonight, guys. Looks like we're going to have Slav Guns. So, we're going to be seeing him here soon. Thank you, bud, for coming on. Okay, guys, let's, I want to touch on, let me know what press you guys are using, because you guys know what presses I'm using now. Let me know what press you guys are using. Always starts a great conversation. I love it. So let me, like, shell holders. Let me, how do you guys do your powder? Do you guys do it off of metering, electronic metering, manual metering? Do you guys trickle it? I mean, everything is everybody does everything different, and my video for the basics is just something I wanted to do so people could see reloading is not hard. It can be a pain sometimes, especially with the equipment, but having a good setup on your reloading bench is good to go. Like, I have everything to set up for running two people at the same time. So one person's done priming, another person can go prime, another person can fill, another person can fill. So I have everything set up in my shop for two people. Okay. Robert Wilson's using the Forester coax also. If I remember right, I believe Ryan said he was using a Forester coax. Yep, Ryan was also using the Forester coax. Great presses, they're just hard to get a hold of. Drew uses the Hornady Progressive. 25-year-old RCBS single stage. Nice. Okay, you got the new Lyman. I was looking at the Lyman, and I was actually kind of impressed with it. Especially with the turret system one, but after watching Johnny's Reloading Bench, his channel, he had some really bad luck with SDs, with some low ammo that he had loaded on a different press, and then load the same load data and everything, and just he had a lot of problems with that press when it came down to it. And it's a single station. Okay. No, Lyman makes a good press. They've been making them for years. Forester coax, Dillon 550C, Franklin Arsenal case prep. Okay, powder dispenser. Okay. I looked at the Franklin Arsenal case prep station when I was looking at them, and my wife bought me the Lyman case express prep, and I'm not going to look back. I love that one. It's small enough. I can put it in the corner of the workbench and not have to worry about anything. Ryan is Y2K ready. I would say he is. So, I mean, I have some experience with electronic powder dispensers. My brother-in-law used one. I actually learned on an RCBS rock chucker. God, that press had to have been at least 15, 20 years old. So I know how to use. learned on RCBS. My wife actually got me my Hornady lock and loaded as a birthday gift when I came home. So it was nice to be able to do reloading for myself. So let me know what dies you guys use down in the comments below. You guys know that I use the Hornady, RCBS. I also use Lee for some pistol calipers. I'm trying to think what else I have. I think, like I said, Dillon 45 ACP dies for a progressive system that I converted to a single stage system. So let me know what you guys use for powders and what calipers, because honestly, it's always interesting to see what powders work for people. I got a couple different pounds of powder here. I'll show you guys here in a minute. So, okay. So, okay, I know Drew lives out in the Midwest. I wonder where Ryan, where do you live? If you don't mind me asking, like what part of the United States? Actually, hold on. I might even want okay. Yep, Drew's in Indiana because we have Drew pop on our live streams a lot with me and Slav. Okay, Hornady, right? Oops. Ryan uses a Hornady rifle, RCBS rifle, and the handgun. Okay, I like Lee's handgun dies. I just wish they didn't change their the locking nut system on it. Oh, okay, North Dakota. Nice, next door neighbor. Okay, Rob, you're using a 6.5 Creedmoor, H4350, Rotumbo for 300 PRC. Really, you got Rotumbo? Oh wow, that's like fairy dust nowadays. Dickinson. Okay, I know. I've been there many times. I used to work, do wind projects and oil projects out there. Is that the locking nut with the special wrench? Yes. I was actually kind of disappointed when Lee did that because it doesn't make their stuff universal anymore. It makes it proprietary. So I was actually kind of upset about that, to be honest with you. Because when I got my new decapping die, guess what? It had that locking nut on it. So, Drew, I have all brands. I even have a few Lee Wilson dies, but Lyman RCBS. Okay. I've never used Lyman dies. I've heard 50-50. So I don't know too much about them, honestly. He was the most clean there. Strange as that may sound. No, it's not, because when you live in the city and then you go out to the country, it's a big, big difference. It was it's big difference, especially when I came home from working on the road and coming back to my house to Boise when I lived there, and it was just amazingly different on how their quality is all around the country. Ryan is running 4350, IMR 4064. Okay. Manchester 231. Okay. I use 4831 SC also. I use that for all my hunting loads, like my 30-06, 270. 300 Win Mag actually got really great results with that. And that's not even a Magnum powder. 4350 is a great powder if you can find it. It's another one of those. Drew Lyman are great, are fine for pistol calipers. Yeah, they are. I use them for 357 mag, 38, and what else? 40 and 10 millimeter. So yeah, they make great dies, and they're actually really affordable too. At usually about $30-$35 a set. So, and they last forever. A couple powders I use is Varget. I use that one for my 6GT. I'll probably use this for my 308 Win once I get some more of it. Works really well in 30-06. Did some load data out in North Dakota, actually, with my brother-in-law and everything on that one. And then for my 300 PRC, I've had tremendous luck and really low SDs and ESs with H1000. If I remember right, my SD was 4.3 with my ES of 3. So I've got that load tuned down to the best of my ability with H1000. I just wish this stuff would come back on the market. Same with Varget. They're two hard powders to find, and they're two great powders. Oh, Drew, you got to go to North Dakota, man. Prairie dog hunting is a blast. There's nothing like it. So, Max, if you can, from Slav Guns, if you can hear me, bring it on.
What's going on, people?
Welcome, buddy.
Thank you. I was just hustling. I'm like, set things up here left and right. I'm like trying to redo the studio where I was filming. So look, I have camera number 2. Wait, camera number 2 just died. Dang it.
Nice.
Wait, hold on.
Oh,
fine. I'm going to do it the other way. Since we're talking about it. So, are people giving you a hard time? Congratulations on doing your first live stream. I'm really glad you're doing it.
No one's giving a hard time. Actually, we've had some really good. Everybody's been interacting really nicely. We've been talking about powders and dyes and everything. So I mean, it's been really good. We've been talking about different like PRS rifles, and so it's been a good conversation so far. I'm really actually enjoying this, and it's fun.
Okay, here we go. Pretend this is camera number 2. Hello.
Camera number 2.
There's my camera number 1. I got that new microphone set up. I got the 2 lights. And there's all my reloading stuff. So you're talking about presses.
Yep, we talked about press. Looks like you got the Hornady AP lock and loaded.
Hornady lock and load that I've had for a while. And then right behind that, I have the Frankfurt Arsenal coax. Impress, which is the coax copy. And then right there on the floor, don't mind the mess, I'm moving stuff from like garage and stuff. So I have the Lee, not the Lee, what the hell is it? The Lyman single stage.
Okay.
Yeah. Very cool. And I just came back from my FFL, not my FFL. I got some reloading goodies.
Oh, very nice. So what'd you get tonight?
All right. So here we go. Here's my shopping bag.
Let me figure out how to put this on full screen. Nope.
No, you click on me. There should be a
okay.
There should be a solo icon. That's how you can switch between people.
Okay.
And then click on my picture on the bottom, just under there. There should be.
Oh, okay. It is not me. Okay, there you go.
What's up, people? All right. So here, let's switch cameras. What's in the bag? We have.
I'm gonna let you do this real quick, and I'm gonna go check on Denim real quick. Oh, whoa! That's a new label. I've never seen it with the gold label.
It's not supposed to be gold.
Yeah, it's supposed to be purple and yellow.
It is purple and yellow.
Oh, really? Because it looks gold over the camera.
Possibly. All right, and then we have bullets, and we have primers.
Oh, very nice.
And then have found 6mm bullets for playing with 6. Okay, this camera sucks. Wait, hold on. Oh, wait, you know what it is? It's trying to green screen. That's what it is. I'm like, why is it weird?
Okay. That's interesting. Like I said, well, this is a new thing for me, so I'm gonna let you have the floor for a minute, and I'll be right back.
All right. So what's going on, people? Drew, Joe, pleasure seeing you guys here. So yeah, look, I was talking about going to like hole in the wall type places and finding bullets. So these are Sierra 6mm 75 grain bullets, which I'm trying to play with for. Well, I guess I'll have something in 6 Creedmoor, but for 6mm arc. Take a look at the price on here. $11.95 per box. That is crazy. Yeah, so actually, what's the date on here? I'm not sure if there's even a lot. Wait, here we go. It looks like 91. So it is possible that like this box of ammo. So I bought 2. I'm like, I don't know if how much I'm going to need, but yeah, I ended up buying 2 of those. IMR 8133, which is a really good replacement for. There we go. See, I like being down here because I can actually do this. So 8133. There you go. You tell me what powder I'm. Guess the caliber that I am trying to load for. We have 8133. We have H1000, and we have Reloader 26. And it is obviously something that is relatively new. But no, so now the label is exactly the same. This is the one that I had that's almost out, and then this is the brand new one that I just bought. Drew, it's not okay. Robert's the winner. It's for 300 PRC, and you can actually use it for 6.5 PRC as well, except I found 8133 is just a tad slow for that. Yes. Okay, so we have Robert. There you go. Yeah, so Derek, my old can of 8133 and the new one that I just bought, it's exactly the same.
Okay, because well, it probably was that green screen stuff.
It was the green screen. I did not touch the green screen software. It's not on my end anytime. Yeah. I wish it was for 6 arc. You know what? I mean, well, here's the thing. You can use all those powders with 6 arc. You can load it all the way up. Nothing's going to happen. They're too slow burning for a 6 arc.
Yeah, because I use 8133 for 338.
Yeah, and that's partly also why I bought it, because I wanted. So for 6.5 PRC, my 2 favorite powders are H1000 and Reloader 26. And Reloader 26, I think, has a little bit better consistency. And much better accuracy than H1000, but H1000 is fairly universal. But 8133, I was like, so when I was doing load development for 300 PRC, I found it a little slow. So I mean, I was basically going to the max value listed in Hodgson reloading, and it was still like fine up there. And then max load of Reloader 26 is actually what killed my extractor.
Okay. Because Robert was saying earlier he uses Rotumbo for 300 PRC.
That's a good powder. I think I tried it once. It's a very good powder. Yeah, that's still tough. So I mean, one of my local. So here's the thing. I mean, we were talking about this on our Discord server, and by the way, Mr. Northwest Guns, you should have your own Northwest Guns Discord.
Yeah, I think we'll get that set up here.
There you go. And like you're talking, like, okay, well, where to find them? So here's the thing. I mean, I just went to my local place, found primers. I could have bought 600 if I wanted to, but those bastards jacked up the price. It was $8 per 100 before.
Oh.
I know, before they were $4 per 100, which is fine. But I'm like, yeah, you know what it is? I'm already there. I might as well get them. But I mean, I have a good amount of probably looking close to 2,000 large magnums. I paid $31.99 for the 8133, which is pretty much good or standard price for it.
That's pretty much standard right now. It used to be a $30 powder.
Okay. Well, so that's actually interesting because even the pre-Wu Flu at one of my local places. I mean, like, so the powders such as what was it? Like 4350 Varget. I'm sorry, Varget. And powders basically like CFE 223. Those are generally like in the 25 per pound. Yeah, there you go. There's your Varget. Great powder. And then the large Magnum ones, they're generally more expensive. So they haven't looked at it. Well, here's the thing. So from the same place, I bought Reloader 26, and the sticker's still on here, $32.95. And H1000, I paid $29.95 about a year ago. So they haven't really.
The last Reloader powder we had in stock up where I work was Reloader 50, and it was $49.99 a pound.
Cool.
So compared to H50 BMG, and that was $29.99 a pound.
Okay.
So
yes. Brian had a question. Found a new ammo company coming on, seen pre-order primers for $150 per 100. I mean, that's just I don't remember.
1,000?
Yeah. So I mean, here's the thing, and I think this is like, what would you guys do? And Derek, what would you do? So if you're looking, let's say, for example, small pistol, I mean, 150 per 1,000 is almost insulting. But if, let's say, for example, if you're looking at loading for 338 Lacroix or 300 PRC or 37 XC, 150 per 1,000 isn't the end of the world. I mean, you're only looking at 15 cents for the primer, whereas you're going to be spending basically, let's say, 50, 55 cents for the bullet, and then you're going to go through powder by the pounds.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I got lucky because last summer I picked up the large Magnum rifle primers when they were still on the shelf for, I don't know, it was like $38 for 1,000. And then
Awesome.
I just got lucky last week and got some small rifle Magnum primers for $33 for 1,000.
Okay.
So we're starting to see a little bit of things pop up here and there. I mean, the most I've paid in primer so far is about $65, $70.
That's still reasonable. Wow.
Yeah, 150 for 1,000. They were a large Magnum rifle, and they were good primers, like federal gold medal match.
Yep.
And if I really needed them, I probably would. Because we got a place over about an hour away from me. He's got large rifle primers, and he's selling them for $100 for 1,000.
Oh, so, by the way, how's the volume? Do I need to? Am I quiet, loud, normal?
No, you're good.
Okay.
Okay, Drew has, what primers are you guys using for 6.5 PRC loads?
Large Magnum.
Okay. Have you tried large rifle?
No.
No. Okay.
Actually, I don't know. I'm fairly positive I've only used large Magnum. I don't think I've just tried regular large rifle.
Okay. Reloader 19 is the one that
interesting. I think I have a pound somewhere over there, but I don't think I've ever used it.
Just so everybody knows, I'm not a big fan of Reloader powders. I haven't tried Reloader 26 yet. I do want to try that one. I have tried 33 and the 338. So it's one of those. So, it was good. It got me out to the 1,000-yard target, so I can't complain too much.
Yeah, so I would say Reloader powders. I mean, and once I think it needs to kind of be brought up that most of those powder companies, they don't make their own powders, not anymore. At least they have them manufactured by somebody else. So Reloader 20, there's two powders out of Alliant that are really good. One of them is Reloader 15, which is really good for 308. It's basically like your Fargate replacement. And the other one is Reloader 26 for large mag. I mean, people swear by it, and I love to hate on Alliant and all the other Vista outdoor companies, but it's a damn good powder. It's Swiss. It's fairly stable. And one of the things that I've noticed, so like for example, like H1000, if I push the powder, like velocity wise, accuracy starts degrading quite a bit. With Reloader 26, it gets more accurate the faster I've been pushing it, which is...
I'm pushing mine high 29s
Okay.
with H1000, and I'm on a 200-yard zero. I'm hitting half MOA.
Okay.
So I got really lucky with H1000. I've tried 4831. I tried Rotumbo, which I had some good luck with Rotumbo, but it was just one of those I couldn't find it, so I didn't think it was worth.
From what I've read and researched, so Rotumbo is apparently supposed to be much better for like the 338 and basically and larger.
And the 300
For
Norma.
Yeah, for 300. So basically, it seems like Rotumbo does better when there is more case capacity still left over, and you're basically, let's say, 90% of case fill or 95. Whereas 300 PRC was designed to have almost full case fill.
Mm-hmm.
And for those, that's where the H1000 and Reloader 26 seems to be much more consistent. Now, as per your suggestion, I bought some 7977, but I haven't done any load development with that yet.
Okay, 7977 is a good replacement for H1000. Now, if you look at the burn chart, 7977 actually sits about 2 stages higher, faster burn rate. I'm actually going to go load some 7977 this week.
Okay.
On the 220 ELDX heads for the 300 PRC.
Mm-hmm.
Try those out because I'm running really low on 225s and cannot find any. So
225 boat tails?
225 match.
I'm sorry, do you want match or ELD?
ELD.
Okay, so at the place where I was just there, they had a good amount of 225 match, so the older Hornady bullets.
Okay. I might have to send you some cash.
Yeah, no, if you let me know, I can go down there and get them flat freight from. I know one of our friends, Alaskan Ballistics, he wanted me to buy him bullets, but he's up in Alaska, and I don't think you can flat freight USPS up there. That would be shipping might be a pain in the ass.
That's a good question. Okay, Drew. Yes, 26 is nice too. Never can find it. You know, I'm kind of in the same boat. I should have bought that 8-pound tub last summer, and I didn't. So,
well, the only problem with like shooting your large magnums, despite how fun it is, it's like you're not getting a lot of rounds out of a pound. You have to buy it by the 8-pounder jugs.
Right.
All right. Is it a bad idea to play with powder loads that are designed for 300 PRC, 270 Win in place of 6.5 PRC? So Drew, I mean, there's plenty of load data available for 6.5 PRC. It's generally going to be the same powders that you're going to use. And remind me, so if anyone has access to quick load, that will kind of give you a good starting place. Yeah. But realistically, honestly, for 6.5 PRC, there's a crap ton of data for it.
There's one powder that I haven't had anybody try yet on 6.5 PRC is the 4831.
That's a little fast. So the closest, so this was actually a great point I was going to bring up. So I've been playing with Hornet. Oh, here it is. This stuff, Hodgdon Super Performance. Which on the burn chart is just a tad slower than 4831. And I was playing with this for the 6.5 PRC. I think it was the Mossberg. I did not get really solid velocities out of there, but I think I could have pushed it just a little bit more. But keep in mind, the faster you go, because it's a faster powder, you really got to watch for pressure signs, because you're not going to be close to full case fill, but you can definitely blow it up. It's spiky.
It's not a bad powder for the Creedmoor. But it is not an extreme powder, and it does have some high swings in altitude.
Okay, good to know.
That is, it's one of those, if you're shooting down like in your area at sea level, it's not bad. But if you are up in my area, load it there, bring it up here, you're gonna see either low velocity or you're gonna see a high spike.
Yeah.
So that's the only downfall with Super Performance. Other than that, it's not a bad powder. I know some people use it for 270. So,
And actually, Drew had a question earlier about primers for 6.5 PRC that he heard conflicting answers in 6.5 PRC.
is this
Couple
one?
down.
Couple down.
Yeah. So I guess, Derek, question for you. I mean, you can generally use, let's say, for example, if something is a Magnum, but you're using large standard primers for that, you're just not necessarily, I mean, from my understanding of it is, and you've been loading for more than me, well, at least for the large, I mostly load a lot of handgun stuff. My expectation would be that if you go, let's say, for example, if the load chart says large Magnum and you go large rifle, you're going to get, you might possibly get more inconsistent ignition, meaning higher standard deviation velocity wise. And the other one is you're going to get lower velocities and you might need to up your charge just a tad.
Yeah, I would up the charge just a tad. Your consistency, depending on what kind of primers you're using. Like if you go from Federal large primer, or sorry, Federal large rifle Magnum to Federal large, you're going to see a little bit of difference, but not a whole lot. Now, the thing is with Magnum primers, especially match primers, it's got a faster and hotter ignition system than your regular large primers. So it's going to, I would say, load a little more powder, play around with it, try it out. If you're using it for a hunting load and you're not shooting out past 300, you're not really going to see that much of a difference in accuracy. So, but the plus side is if you down to a large rifle primer over a Magnum, is the primer pocket life is going to be better.
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
the only thing I would add to that is if you're shooting Wolf Magnums, those aren't really Magnums. They're standard. By their definition, Magnum was slightly harder primer cup. That's it. So you definitely have to take each individual primer and play with it. And if you're switching primers, I would back down your load and kind of do load development again a little bit because there might be a difference.
Yeah, and don't jump from one like if you're running large rifle Magnum Federals, don't try not to jump to like CCI large rifle because then you're going to be a completely different ball game. I did that with I can't remember what we did that with a 224 Valkyrie actually.
Okay.
We went from small rifle to AR small rifle match, which was a whole different ball game. So, and we got SDs and ESs were just off the charts, so they were completely different. But just for you, here you go. Got a Valkyrie here for you.
Oh, look how cute that is.
So, but yeah, it's try to stick with the same brand as my recommendations. It's hard nowadays. It really is. I'm not a Winchester primer fan, but if I have to use them, I will. I'm kind of with Federal, but I've had really good luck so far with the CCI small rifle Magnums that I've been able to find.
Yeah, and I guess at this point we just have to be you get what you get what you can get.
Yeah. Beggars can't be choosers.
Now, I would say for pistol, basically you can use them interchangeably.
Okay, that's what I have. CCI electro.
Drew, so you can try them. I mean, don't go out of your way to look for Magnum primers. You can use large rifle.
You might not get the velocities you're looking for, but
yeah, they'll definitely work.
Yeah. Give it a try. Do a saddle system. Do from mid to max and go from there.
Drew, what powder are you using? Yeah, no, don't say it's a bummer. I mean, especially for 6.5 PRC, I think it's less critical than 300 PRC because 300 PRC, I mean, you're looking at 57 or 58 grains of powder versus
76 to 84.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I was. Yeah, right around 76 or something like that for 300 PRC versus 6.5.
So I think Drew was mentioning earlier what powders, because we were talking about powders before you came on.
Actually, while we were doing this, I'm going to look up.
So Drew uses H4350, 4831 SC, Vitivari 550, and Alliant powders. So he's using somewheres in there.
It's a little fast. All of that stuff is a little fast for 6.5 PRC.
Well, 550 wouldn't be a bad one if he's using large.
Yeah.
If he's using, because 550 is actually is a Creedmoor grade powder, but if he's loading it with the large rifle primers, honestly, that would be a safe bet. 4831 wouldn't be a bad one either. I used 4831 in my PRC at the start. Unfortunately, I just was not getting the velocities I wanted.
All right, so here's actually one for you. So I'm looking it up right now. I'll post a link in the chat. So if you're looking at any of the Hornady calibers, Hornady does have free load data available and published for them. And for 6.5 PRC, at least the 140, 143 grain bullets, they're saying Federal 210 primers, which are standard large rifle. Yeah, so we're going to work. So let me post this. Ah, crap, I lost the window. Oh, there it is.
Okay, so...
Yep, there we go.
Okay, so here's the published load data for the 143s and 140s, and you get the 147s. I haven't seen 147s on the shelf in a while. So, yeah, I mean...
Wait, Derek, you haven't seen 147s on the shelf? So look.
Uh-oh. You got 147s, don't you?
What? So we have...
I'm coming to raid your stuff.
140, 143. Oh, these are all... This is the 147 aisle.
Oh, okay.
Then I have 153 A-tips, which we have to play with.
Nice.
Oh, those are 110 grainers.
Very nice. Come back over here.
Oh, so 250 grains.
So yeah, Drew, there's some, good powders to choose from. You got IMR 4831, not temperature stable, but it's a good powder. 4831, I've never had bad luck with that powder in any hunting cartridge, like 30-06, 270, 300 Win, anything like that. I've never had bad luck with that one. Normal MRP, I've never used. I've thought about using 7828 in my PRC, but
never heard of that one.
Alliant 25, if you don't mind the non-temperature stable powders, I guess Alliant 25 wouldn't be bad. H1000 is a big one out here. A lot of people are using in both 6.5 and 300 PRC. So, and then you got...
I would say, so for 6.5 PRC in particular, I believe when I talked to Hornady first used to use H1000 for the factory loads, and then they switched to Reloader 26. Or they've been known to use both.
Very nice.
I would probably even say, look up your local gun groups. So H4350 is like the bee's knees for 6.5 Creedmoor. Post locally if anybody would trade you 4350 for like H1000. The other one that you should be able to find is the Norma MRP, the Magnum powder. That apparently is pretty good stuff.
I'll put you on the screen for a minute. I gotta go check on this over here in the kitchen.
All right, you have fun with that. Yeah. Okay, so I guess since Derek... So hello and welcome to Mr. Northwest Gun Reviews. I'm sorry, Northwest Guns. He's changed the name of the channel. So speaking of Saturday, what chronos are you guys using? I think I'm needing a lab radar. I think you can't go wrong with a lab radar. That is actually what I personally use. I've done a quick video on the lab radar. I'll probably do a more detailed one. It is expensive. It's an awesome piece of technology, very convenient. You can hook it up and you can use it with the software on your iOS or Android, but it sucks ass, like completely sucks ass. It drops out often and all that stuff. But data-wise, LabRadar, you can't beat it. The only two places where it sucks is if you're shooting it at a closer range and you have a lot of steel targets up close, or you have something metal that's going to be in front of you, let's say 25 yards or so, the LabRadar is probably going to be a bad choice. The reason why is, so unlike a regular chrono, so when you think, I don't have one here, when you think of a traditional chronograph, the way it works is you have two light sensors, you shoot over one, the timer starts, you shoot over the other, and the timer stops. It calculates the time between the known distance, and there's your velocity. The magnetospeed works the exact same way, but a LabRadar, it works completely differently. It's not a chronograph, it's a Doppler radar. So what it does is, as it detects a bullet or detects your gunshot, it keeps sending out active Doppler waves. It's Doppler or light, and it tries to, so basically it sends out the signal, and as soon as it hits the bullet, it bounces back to the LabRadar. And the cool part with that is the LabRadar is actually capable of tracking the bullet down up to about 100 yards. And when you go in, it's going to save all the data to an Excel spreadsheet. You can actually see the velocities at various distances out to 100 yards. And with that information, you can actually calculate the bullet's true ballistic coefficient instead of relying on what the manufacturer says. So the LabRadar, it's a big investment. I mean, you're talking $450 to $500, but it is well worth it in my book. And the cool part is the LabRadar will work with even like arrows, it'll work with handguns, and it'll work with rifles. Now, Drew brought up the magnetospeed. So the magnetospeed is also a cool chronograph, and that's a traditional chronograph. The difference is, unlike a regular optical chronograph that you got to shoot through, it uses magnetic switches, I believe, and you attach it to basically to the barrel, and then it calculates the speed right exactly there. So both the LabRadar and the magnetospeed are going to solve the issue that you got to shoot through something and setting it up downrange. Now, if you go to private range, it's not a problem whatsoever because you can stop, you can make the range cold at any time, and you're cool. If you go to a public range, you might not be able to stop somebody and say, hey, guys, can you all go cold? I want to go set up a chronograph, and then go back and forth. So it's just a little bit more pain in the ass. And you don't have that with the LabRadar. You don't have that with the magnetospeed. The problem with the magnetospeed is it's generally, because you need to attach it to a muzzle, you can attach it to the barrel here. It's going to do two things, though. Number one is it's going to change the barrel harmonics. So anything that you're shooting with the magnetospeed, once you take the magnetospeed off, your point of impact is going to be completely different. So you're either shooting completely with it all the time, or you're just burning the bullets to get the data, and that's it. With the LabRadar, you can actually shoot for groups and get the data at the same time. The other problem with the magnetospeed is that it's generally going to be used only for rifles. You cannot use it for, you generally can't use it for handguns because, well, the slide reciprocates and all that. So you can't really do that unless you attach it to a Picatinny rail, but that means, well, no 1911s and a lot of those type of guns. And I load for a lot for pistol. So that's why I like, okay, well, if you need a chronograph for both for rifle and pistol, well, if you get the magnetospeed, then you're going to need another chronograph anyway for your handgun rounds. So then you're going to be spending $500 anyway. So in that case, you might as well have just gotten the LabRadar to begin with. The cheaper magnetospeed is fairly garbage. The V3 is actually good, but it's a little bit more expensive. Yeah. Like I said, Drew, honestly, it's like, if you can spend $100 more or a little bit more, get the Labrador. And so not to jack Derek's show, but for Squad
Not at
Squad
all.
members, for Squad Squad members on my channel, you have a 10% discount to Anarchy Outdoors. And does he have them in stock or no?
No, he's out of stock right now.
Okay. Does he have the Magneto Speed or no? Or is he only dealer for Labrador?
I believe he does have the Magneto Speed.
So if you want a 10% discount off of there, you can get that. No, I don't think he has Magneto Speed. Or just Google Magneto Speed. Not Google it, just search on there.
Nope, I don't think he is.
Okay. Yeah. Like so, I mean, I really like the Labrador, but there's nothing wrong with the Magneto Speed if that's primarily what you're going to be using it for.
Yeah, so yeah, the Magneto Speed's a nice system. It's one I want to get so I can run it off of my my XT. I don't know what one it's going to be yet. So, but yeah, the Labrador is nice too.
Yeah, let's say you just got to find the right tool for the job. And here's the thing: for 9 years, I've used a regular competition electronics optical chronograph, and I mean, I've shot it a couple of times, like literally shot it a couple of times, and it still works. It's a decent unit. You just got to know what the limitations of it are, and that's it. And here's the thing: if you're trying to chronograph, let's say BBs or something small, well, you're not going to be able to do that with the Magneto Speed. Well, Magneto Speed, it needs to have something in there that's magnetic.
Understandable. So
hopefully that answered that question, Ryan.
And I encourage everybody who's here with us tonight to go over and subscribe to Slab's channel because we do a lot of live streams together. Most of the time I'm co-hosting with him, so it's kind of different tonight. So
I got tired of leading the conversation.
I have the Sportster, but had problems with reading soft points. Okay, yeah, that's understandable. Yeah, I've heard that one a lot.
I believe it is replaceable, and they do have like I said, I'm not I've never owned a Magneto Speed. I don't know, but I'm fairly positive they do have replaceable parts for the V3.
I believe you can, because I believe Ray over at X-Ring
shot his.
No, Rick shot it. So, and I believe he made Rick replace it. So, because that was on a live stream a while back, and I know on David Tubb website you can buy the wand already on the extender for the Magneto Speed.
Yeah.
So,
want to know which one you'd never shoot?
A Labrador.
Labrador.
Maybe just when it pisses you off. So,
yeah. It's actually fairly tough. I will say it got knocked over a couple of times. I don't have a case for mine. I just throw it in my big bag, and it's been good. Like I said, if you're looking for data, it's awesome. Like I said, it's just I really wanted to love the app. It just sucks.
Yeah, I mean, and
that's what I had.
And this is the style that I use, but in the Caldwell. Yep. I will be upgrading this year. So, but it's done me good. I can't complain. Actually, Caldwell has a really good app that goes with their stuff.
Yeah, and that's actually really cool because, I mean, when I started upgrading, I bought mine before Caldwell really came out with theirs. And honestly, if I knew about that one, I would not get the Labrador, or at least I wouldn't want it as bad. Because, like I said, my competition electronics one, there was no app. And we actually, what I did in before, was made a connector so you can plug into it, and then I had a little Chromebook, and I would run a long ass cable so that I can see a readout of the velocities in front of me. And now with apps and software, it's just so much easier.
Back to Ray was nothing wrong. Yeah, that was one of the few live streams I've watched that they've done. Big fan of X-Ring's channel. So, but what you guys can do is you guys can go over, click on one of the affiliate links for Slav, because he does have a store over on Amazon.
Yes.
And go over there and help support his channel.
Oh.
So this is actually one I was looking at this year.
Oh, that one looks cool. I looked at that.
And it's Bluetooth too.
Yeah, and you know what it is? So like that design in particular, it seems to fix a lot of the issues because you have basically almost a wider area that you're shooting through.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe on the bottom it's lighted, which solves a lot of the issues, so you can use it indoor or out.
Thank you. Now I'm spending money. You're welcome, Ryan. You're welcome.
And actually, if you want something from Caldwell, we do have a discount code to our website. So I believe it's 10% off, and we can hook you up with that.
Yeah, I actually was looking at this one because I can get this one through work. And the one thing I like about it, it's Bluetooth this time around instead of corded.
What? Oh.
But I really like their app. I'm a big fan of that Caldwell app. And just because I'm all about doing the math yourself, but at the same time, when you're out there, it's like, cool, want to do a 5-round string. Cool. Now I know what I'm looking at right there on the spot. So I can go back and start redoing my load development.
Yeah. And honestly, what I would tell people, like if you're just getting into reloading, don't go spend $400 on a lab. Don't go spend $500 on a lab rate, or don't go spend 400 and change on a magnetospeed. Unless you know that there's something that it does specifically, don't go out and spend it. Find a friend that can let you borrow their chronograph, especially if you're just doing load development once or whatnot. Unless you're going to be using it regularly, there are better ways to spend $400 or $500.
$85, guys.
Yeah, I mean that's gonna do more. That's gonna be more than enough. And like I said, I mean I've used it for 15 years. I still sometimes actually use it. They're awesome. Like I said, it has most of the technology, and it's gonna be good enough. And I think somebody tested it. Like I said, they compared all three chronographs next to each other. So they shot over a magnetospeed. They had a lab radar next to them, and then they shot through a standard Caldwell. And the velocity numbers were almost all identical.
I would definitely recommend getting this one, guys. This one actually comes with the cord, the recharging pack, and everything right there for $128 on Amazon.
Yeah, for sure. Like I said, if I was getting a chronograph and I'm starting out, that's what I would spend my money on, and then just learn. And then I guess let's put it. If you know how one of those is holding you back, then upgrade to something else. Or unless, like I said, if you're going to be using it daily or almost any time you go shoot, in that case, I would use it.
Now you tell me that I'm 2 years. Oh, Drew, you crack me up, dude. Drew, word of advice. I understand your pain because that sitting behind me is about 6,500. So I
here's
know
the kicker. Here's the kicker. So some people might know this, some people might not. So I know Drew does. So how I have a channel Discord server, but we also have one for our buddy content creator friends. So Affordable Optics, Bullets for Bucks. We have our own little group, and we have a Discord server. And like almost every 2 days or so, Derek puts out a message, like, "Hey, I want to buy this. What do you think?" I'm like, "What's my standard advice to you?
Stop buying shit.
Stop buying shit. You'll make more videos, then you'll get the stuff for free."
Yeah. But when it comes to chronographs, you really can't, in my opinion, you really can't go wrong with starting with the basics and then working your way up.
Yeah.
So,
Like I said, if you're hand loading ammo, you absolutely need a chronograph. Let me rephrase that. You don't, but you should, and you do.
Exactly. I mean, I'm going down, and I will be the first one to admit it. I'm going down a rabbit hole right now with 700 triggers. Yeah. With having the new Trigger Tech 2 stage,
Show off.
Diamond, and the single stage, and then
wait, how many Trigger Techs do you have?
I got both diamonds. I got both the single and the 2 stage.
We got to talk. Somebody has a shopping problem.
Actually, this one was sent to the channel.
Very cool.
And then the one behind me, the Elfman, was sent, and the trigger and the Timney. So we've had some companies hook the channel up with some triggers to do some reviews with, so which is nice. And then my joke earlier was women always say diamonds are forever. Well, now for us guys, it's the same way. Have you buy your Trigger Tech.
Nice. So I don't have like the diamonds or anything cool like that. But I am actually. So finally, that reminds me. Where's the damn Timney that he promised to send? So that guy, the Rpr Custom Shop, RPR. This has the first Trigger Tech trigger that Trigger Tech made for Ruger precision rifles, and that comes in those guns. And someone was asking, well, how does it compare to the Timney or the Jart? So we're going to do that. Did I just hear Slopsy is going to let me play with RPR drop-in?
Nice.
Drew, if you come up here, if I go down to Florida, wait, no, you're not in Florida.
No, he's in Indiana.
Indiana. On the way there, absolutely.
See, you're as bad with RPR triggers as I am with
whoa. I'm not that bad, because here's the thing. There's only 3 triggers for the Ruger precision rifle. There's the Jard, there's the Timney, and then there's the Trigger Tech besides the stock trigger.
True. Oops. Damn, my mouse is just jumping all over the place tonight for some reason.
Because it knows you're going to buy something.
No, I got the trigger I wanted from Timney. They were nice enough and sent it to me, and I cannot complain at all. This one's actually sitting in the 338 Ackley improved.
Okay.
And it's set at 8 ounces.
Wow.
From the factory. So, yes, I am looking forward to when I start fireforming the brass, playing around with this trigger. So, but no, the single stage Trigger Tech was actually a gift from my wife. That was a Christmas gift.
So, she's giving you diamonds.
Yeah, right. It's not like I haven't given her enough this world.
But she actually likes your guns.
Yes, she actually wants to steal my 300 PRC, and she has stolen one of my 338s. So I can't complain. Okay, I'm gonna bring this one up real quick. Where is that? See, I actually want the RPR Rimfire Timney trigger next. But yeah,
yep.
So everybody can see that one. I'm actually looking forward to that review that you're going to do on that one. Honestly,
I am too. As soon as I get the Timney, so the order is put through. So one of the issues when you're working directly with the companies is they'll send you product, but sometimes if it's out of stock, you have to wait for them to produce it, and then they can ship it out to you. And they usually do batch production. So that's sometimes what happens with ammo or bullets. It's not like they just have a whole bunch of product just sitting there.
Yep.
So the RPR triggers were apparently in production, and they should be shipped out fairly soon.
Very nice. Yeah, and there's the rimfire. The rimfire ones are blue, so people can know. I actually have an RPR rimfire 22 LR.
That looks like an awesome gun
for competition, and it is so much fun. So I'm looking forward to actually wanting to get one of those ones when they come back in stock.
Yeah. Now, so actually, that I got to find out about that Ruger precision rifle trigger video, because so the Timney is in this gun, but I can't talk about that gun yet because it's still unreleased. Yeah,
gotcha.
That one. That's the one with the teaser. It's not out yet.
Can't touch it.
Yeah, I'm not holding it. And then so I am waiting to get the one in 6mm Creedmoor, so I can actually do a video on it and then actually do the video comparison. Because one of the things, so even though I have other RPRs, so I have a 300 PRC RPR and a 338 Lapua Magnum RPR, but Aaron at Anarchy Outdoors, he's actually the one who suggested it. Mm-hmm. He's like, no, same gun, just swap out the triggers and that's it. I'm like, all right, fine. So that's what we're gonna do.
Yeah, it'll be interesting because Timney hasn't even released the RPRs yet.
So. No, they did. They did.
They released the not Timney. I'm thinking of Trigger Tech.
No, Trigger Tech has not. And here's actually the interesting part. Apparently, Timney. So the one in that gun is the field one, so you can adjust it down to about 1.5 pounds. It's not the diamond. So the one that they're going to have available for retail is the diamond and not that one. So it's going to be kind of close enough. But I guess I probably should talk to them.
So that would be the Trigger Tech special then.
Yeah, that's the special.
Okay. Yeah, because it's the primary, the special, and then the diamond.
Mm-hmm.
Because these are the ones.
Yeah, I don't know. I actually took pictures of it. I don't remember what the name of it is, but I think it was like the field special or something like that.
Okay, because here's the one that they sent out to me.
That's beautiful.
There's that one, and then here's the one the wife got me on Black Friday. So, but both of mine are flats. Mm-hmm. So I prefer the flat. So I'm actually gonna probably use my 6GT to do the review on the triggers, just because it's cheaper to shoot.
Yeah, like I said, and I'm really looking forward to seeing how the jar trigger is. But I think from just kind of like the looks of it, it's really going to depend on what your preference in triggers is, whether you want something that's 2-stage or whether you want something that's single stage. So I mean, I generally prefer 2-stage. I do want that little bit of a take up so that I can know I can come to a clean wall. So it's kind of like that mental, okay, are you ready to pull the trigger, versus just a single stage where it's just like, yep, there you go.
Yeah. That's why I'm putting the 2-stage in the XC build.
Yeah. Because the regular diamond Trigger Tech triggers are single stage only, from what I understand, right?
They have this is the 2-stage.
Okay.
And the green ones are 2-stage, the red ones are single stage.
Okay.
And you do have the option of your traditional curve, your pro curve, which is the picture there, and then your flats, and then right hand, left hand, and then you got to tell them if it's a bolt release or a no bolt release. You got to be very specific with Trigger Tech on that, because you can't remove the bolt release, as far as I know. I'm not positive on that. I'm not a tech. I try to order them the way I can get them.
Yeah.
So,
well, I know it's already kind of slightly out of the scope of the conversation we were supposed to be having about reloading, but the next one I really need to find a trigger for is that Savage. Yeah, the Savage 110.
It's 2 triggers I can think of mind. One I haven't heard back from yet, and then the other one that didn't get sent to me yet.
Okay.
So one's the Jard and the other one's the Elfman.
Ooh.
So, Rob,
Yeah.
I've been using 300 RPR. Love to see how the diamond does. It's going to be an interesting trigger when Trigger Tech releases after the Ruger.
Whenever that is going to be.
Yeah.
But one of the first places that's going to have them is Aaron at Anarchy Outdoors, and he's the one who kind of suggested the entire video to begin with.
Rob, I'm there with you on that one, man. I love the flat blades myself. And then let me show you guys the other one. This is the other trigger. This is the trigger that's in the rifle behind me. Is the Elfman's. What's nice about this is kind of an ambi trigger. You choose if you want it to be left or right handed and flat or curved trigger. It comes with it. It comes with it, and then you just gotta tell them if it's a bolt release or a non-bolt release.
Interesting.
It's a nice trigger. I think mine right now is set roughly 14 ounces.
Yeah, I'm gonna have a conversation with you about 700 style triggers for when that other gun that we were talking about is going to be built.
Yes, for sure. Like I said, I
know nothing about the 700 platform.
Everybody's told me that Trigger Tech is one of the best on the market, and Timney's up there too.
Okay.
Timney unfortunately got rid of the original Kelvin Elite style trigger, so now they're running the Hit. So the Hit is the one I have, and the Ackley. So I'm looking forward to that. A lot of people love Trigger Tech, and I've had some people tell me straight up, I love them, but I hate them because they're Canadian. So,
well, but so is MDT. But maybe that's why I don't like them.
Sorry, Alex.
Alex is no more Canadian than we are.
I know, right?
He just happens to live there, but he's like this American. Oh my God, he's more American than most Americans.
Midwest Guns 338 Lapua. Okay, I don't know who Midwest Guns is. I'll have to look him up later.
Wait, what? Huh?
Well, Ryan made a comment, so. Drew, you cracked me up. I love it when you guys
fighting. We're jostling.
I mean, and this is the great thing with us being on two different platforms of rifles. I'm on Savage and Remingtons. He's on his Rugers and Howas and stuff like that. Not one is the best of any of them, honestly, in my opinion. It just depends on what your taste is. Remington 700s have just been out a lot more. So, sorry, I've been up 20 hours. It's all cool. That Bag Rider website you offer the RPR, I'm not.
Okay. So he's talking about the adjustable Bag Rider. We offer one for the RPR Precision, but not the stock. All right. So here's the thing. So when you buy it, actually here, hold on. I'm going to go grab it.
Okay.
To show you.
There's Slav's gun.
Which one?
Right, the ARC. And that's my 22 rimfire.
This is my adjustable Bag Rider bin.
Oh, Jesus.
No, that's for the MDT. Okay. There we go. Okay. So, when you get it, it basically comes just like this. It's not just the one part. So the hold on, let me switch this. Okay. So this part of the rail, when you replace it, it doesn't matter whether you have the Picatinny or not. You are you take this off and you move that. Here we go. It goes basically just like that. You're replacing that part, so it doesn't matter whether you have the rail or the M-lock one. You're replacing it to go with this, and those clamps go on here, and then you just put the recoil pad, you transfer it, and there's a bolt right here for it. So hopefully that explains it. Yeah.
We should do a live stream video on the bag riders, because I have 2 different types, and I know you got a couple different types. So
Yeah. And I tried to get Dave on, but he's uncomfortable in front of the camera, so that's why we do his dirty work for him.
gotcha.
I tried. I even did like a couple of videos with him, but he's like really horrible in front of the camera. But this is awesome. If you're doing like long range stuff, it's fantastic. You absolutely need it. Wait, Drew, hold on. Go look at my video on it. I explained how it works on there.
Yeah, and I'll be doing a video of one on an MDT chassis and on the my Ruger RPR, which actually that one's going to come off and go on my semi-auto sniper system. So I really like that target tool stock.
Too bad he's a douchebag, apparently.
Oh.
So actually, Dave apparently did not like that stock.
Oh, yeah. See, I have this style right here of the MDTs.
Okay,
So.
Drew. So this is basically the piece that you're talking about. This is the one that comes stock on the RPR. Wait, is it? Yes, it should be. Yes. So this is the stock part. You just replace it when you take it off. Yeah, you just take it off when you replace it with the bag rider.
Okay, gotcha, Ryan.
Oh. Yeah, and this was the one that he did for the MDT. And so we're supposed to have a 6mm arc gun. We're taking 2 Ruger Americans and 6.5 Grendel and converting them to 6mm arc. And then one of those guns was actually supposed to be a giveaway gun, like a $5,000 giveaway gun with a $1,000 loop, not loophole, $1,000 Crimson Trace scope on it. But the guns are like 5 months delayed. Yeah, fun stuff.
So, I think we're gonna wrap it up for tonight and everything, because I got dinner done here and I need to eat before I get to go to work. And it's St. Patty's Day, so it's corned beef and cabbage and potatoes.
I thought you said you're gonna go get wasted.
I wish. Overtime.
You're gonna get wasted at work?
Huh?
You're gonna get wasted at work?
I can't say that over live stream. So, thanks, Bud, for coming on. I appreciate it. Thank you, everybody.
I'm really excited you did this. I'm really, really, really glad you did this. And I know you're gonna, for people who are just joining, you know, you're gonna bring a lot of value when it comes to precision guns. This is gonna be awesome, and it's gonna be good for everybody. It's good for the YouTube community. It's good for the 2A community, and it's gonna be good for you.
Thank you.
And your microphone is really good.
And everybody who came on tonight, thank you for joining. For the 5 to 10 people that were here, it was a blast. We've had some good times. So, Max, where can I find you at? Oh, okay.
Just Google that or type that into YouTube. You'll find me.
Yeah.
But I believe, judging by a lot of these names, these slackers already know me.
Right. Yeah, they've gotten to know me too. But we have a good time when we get together.
You know what you should do? You should try to reach out to Magneto Speed and have him come on your stream.
Maybe we should. You should get a hold of Lab Radar and see if they can come on yours, because you do have the product.
I've been trying to reach out to them for a while. What's actually interesting about Lab Radar, it's actually a Canadian company with an American company who has resale rights to it in the United States. So it's the Lab Radar. It's a Canadian company that makes high-end instruments, and then somebody has discovered a good use for it in the shooting world. So you have one company who has all the marketing rights for Lab Radar as a shooting chronograph, and I have been unable to get in touch with anybody there, and they're like not interested. They can barely keep the product in stock or anything. But Magneto Speed, I think they're going to be really good for you, and that could be awesome.
And Drew, if you're still watching, I just want to say you're welcome from the comment you posted up earlier. I mean, just a few minutes ago.
Oh,
so
thank you, Ryan.
Yeah. So when's your next live stream?
Probably. Oh, it's Monday. Yeah.
Monday.
So
that's right.
On Monday, we're going to have Ruger come on. We're going to have Brendan from Ruger. He's going to come on. So not Mark that came on before to our virtual SHOT Show, but Brendan. And you guys can ask him anything about the new Max 9 and probably some other stuff that comes up. So that'll be on my channel. And Derek is always welcome if he's able to make it on there. That's going to be a really good conversation. And I think one of the topics I want to talk about is, and if you have topic ideas, by all means, send them on. Is the whole optics carry guns. So whether you need a red dot on your carry gun or not, that's going to be a good conversation.
Oh, I do want to make an announcement. We are going to be doing a series of chassis and stock reviews on my channel. So you guys can see different things and different projects coming up and products that we have coming up. Quick short. Here is a stock.
Ooh.
That is the Mcmillan Mc3 stock.
That looks pretty.
Actually, I had this painted to match the same color scheme that Chris Kyle had on his 300 Win Mag.
Okay.
That he did on his first tour. So I've had that for a while. I'm actually really considering about building that into a 308. So, but I want to say thank you, everybody.
So I was going to say, so that's a nostalgia gun.
Pretty much. I mean, or 6.5 Creedmoor. I just want to do something. I want to do a common caliper that I already reload for. I really thought about doing a 6XC, but I'm already investing too much into Wildcats. So I need something more of a common caliper. And the nice thing about this, if I did this in like
Creedmoor, be normal, be modern, be one of the cool kids. You need 6.5 Creedmoor.
Yeah. That's why I'm saying 308. It's more of that military nostalgic caliper with the color scheme of what the stock is. So this will be a future project.
Yeah.
If the XC project doesn't bankrupt me.
Well, you know, since you have so much experience with them, one of the topics that I'm sure other people would want to see, and you guys chime in on this, is the whole debate between a chassis versus a stock and who should consider what, and is one actually better than another. It's almost kind of like it seems like MIL versus MOA. They both work. It just depends on what game you play, where you have like all the tactical people, all the tactical people, but you want MILs. And then if you go into the bench rest community, you go into ELR type shooting, we're almost exclusively, well, like F-class, we're almost exclusively MOA.
Yeah. And it'll be, that would actually be an interesting. Maybe we should do some research and see what class. Yeah,
who has preference for what? Yeah.
Yeah, that would be a good one. So
I have those moments from time to time.
I know, right? And
by the way, I'm not cheating on Adidas. I literally just walked in the door not too long ago. I'm like, I want to pop on.
Right. I was looking at an Adidas sweatshirt last night at work. I'm thinking about picking up just to jump so I can wear on your live stream.
Oh, that's so sweet of you.
So, but okay, guys, I've got to get going. You guys all have fun. Thank you for joining. You guys can find Max over here at Slav Guns over on Odyssey and YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and what other social media platforms we come up with nowadays.
I do have a page on MeWe, but honestly, the most active ones are YouTube and Odyssey, where we post the videos. I do use the community post. We do have profiles on Instagram and Twitter, but I don't use them too frequently. Primarily YouTube and Odyssey, and I use the community tab. Like usually every day I'll post something I thought. Oh, and actually, obviously Discord.
Yep, you
join
can
the
find
Discord server. All the regulars are there. We have a really good conversation 24/7, and soon Derek is going to have his own.
Yes, but if you want to talk to me, you can get a hold of me on Slav's Discord server. I am over there too. So, but thank you guys. Thank you for joining. Thank you, Slav, for coming on.
I swear you're about to say thank you for, as always, thank you for watching. Keep on squatting, and I'll see you in the next
I was
video.
getting there.
Say it.
It was
Say
so
it.
close. Thank you for watching. Keep on squatting, and I'll see you guys on the next video.